wicked, wicked. Jungle is massive. Wicked, wicked. Wicked, wicked. Jungle is massive. Wicked, yo, 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 yo. Tell them how we got this killer.
Yeah, and you heard what a performance that was. My God, well, we weren't expecting that, was we? I was expecting a flat performance. You know, I thought that was literally on the piss. I thought they'd be literally hungover after having a drink. They was all on the beers, weren't they, a couple of days ago? But yeah, look, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you like it. Even if you don't, please drop a like on the video. It does really help. What a performance. That was amazing. A festival of football. That is the best that we've played all year. The best. Against a team fighting for their lives. Sorry, Leeds. Not sorry for Sam. Not at all. You know, bittersweet, really, because we've got nothing against Leeds. But Sam, he can do one. But for us, we kind of needed that. That's momentum. That was fantastic. It was brilliant. Brilliant. Last home game of the season. Not going to get into talking about whether or not that was Declan Rice's last game or not, because nothing's signed and sealed yet, irrespective of what you're reading in the papers. But that was outstanding. Amazing football. Amazing football. There was one point in that second half we had 75% possession late in the first half as well. Just check my teeth. Yeah, no, they're not black today. That's good. Absolutely amazing. Amazing performance. Some of the football that was played there. Pablo Fornals. I'm going to get into all of them in a bit. But Pablo Fornals is his input today. He was back to his best. He's forward. He's passing. He's link-up play. You know, he even looks a bit quick. He looked a bit nippy today. He looked amazing. It was unbelievable. We dominated that game. We dominated it. I know we started slow. Their goal was coming. You know, you could see their goal was coming. I thought, oh, here we go. But fucking hell, did we react? It was ridiculous. You could say they bottled it, as Mandy said there in the chat. I don't know. I just think we were purring, and it all came from those two in the middle in particular. Declan Rice was outstanding. But look, Lucas Paqueta, you won't see a better second half performance. The man's amazing. He's literally outstanding. I'm going to say it now. I know Declan Rice is great and everything else, but I said it when he's had a few good games before. I do think he's our best player. I do. When he plays like that, he's fucking unreal. Absolutely outstanding. Everything he did. I mean, we'll talk about the goals in a bit, but that was brilliant. Loved to see Lanzini coming on as well at the end, and Mubama as well. Yeah, it was brilliant. It really was. I mean, their goal. Obviously, we went 1-0 down. Their goal came from a long throw-in. The ball just somehow found its way through to that Rodrigo. He belted in a beautiful left-footed volley. Not really much that we could do about that, to be honest. So he spanked that. Well, we could have defended it better. But like I say, we reacted really well. Some great football was played at that point, you know, and the move for that goal, you know, the ball, the interplay with Lanzini, with Fornals, Paqueta. Out to Bowen, who then just lofts it over to Declan Rice, who knew what he was doing with that volley. He whacked it into the floor. It was a superb volley. Great goal. He slides into the corner. They're all smothering him. Unbelievable. I think, Jesus Christ, you know, 1-1. And the football just kept on getting better. You know, it kept on getting better. But in Pac-Man, Pac-Man, he's a superhero. He is a new superhero in Stratford. He's unbelievable. He got his obligatory yellow card that he always gets. He seems to enjoy it. He just seems to enjoy that side of the game. He's naughty, isn't he? He's like a naughty kid. He just really enjoyed his football today. He was fantastic. But yeah, no, it was really good. It was really good. And like I say, then Jared Bowen, he got his goal. Really lovely finish. Some good interplay again. A lovely through ball in the second half from Paqueta through to Danny Ings. Danny Ings played really well today. Some good link-up play. I would have liked him to have got on the score sheet, to be honest, because he did play well. Danny Ings, he just waited at the perfect pass through to Jared Bowen, who just held his run. And what a finish. What a lovely little delicate finish past the keeper. amazing. Really, really good football. And then again, Lanzini comes on with 10 minutes to go. He gets a great reaction. He's still one of my favourite players, Lanzini. Always will be. What a way to sign off. That was so funny from Paqueta. He's obviously on the right-hand side of the pitch. He bundles his way through past one player. He just about gets his feet again. He's got the ball. He's got another one coming in. And he sort of slips him. He goes, whoop! Slips him. The Leeds player comes sliding in. And sort of in one movement, because he's losing his footing, he rolls the ball with his left foot over towards the byline, and with his right foot he plays a pass back to Lanzini, who just swept it in, 3-1, unbelievable. And then to crown it all off, I don't know what Paqueta was doing, because he deserved a goal today. He was put through. Was it Mbama who slipped him through 1-on-1? Why didn't he just shoot? I think he was just literally waiting for he was waiting for Deck for some reason. He wanted to lay Deck off. It seemed to just wait for him. But why didn't he just shoot? Would have been an amazing way to round off his performance. But for me, yeah, I mean, picking a man in a match from that is going to be difficult, although not that difficult. I think you've got to give it to Paqueta. You have. He was outstanding. That was, even though he didn't get his goal. That was as close to a 10 out of 10 performance that you can get for me. And as Jimmy Jones says there, bye Hippo Head. He was incandescent with rage, wasn't he? Dancing, gesticulating down on the touchline. He was not happy at all, as you would expect him to not be. But yeah, we done a job on him. But unbelievable. I don't feel like I'm overreacting here at all. I just really enjoyed that. It was a wonderful game. It was a brilliant game to watch. I've just kind of sacrificed watching the lap of honour thing, so I'll go and catch up with that later on. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. My son's watching it now to see what the reaction is of Deck. Whether it does look like it's going to be a farewell, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out another time. We'll worry about that. We can't worry about that in a minute. That was a great team performance. It was wonderful to see Pablo Fornals back in form. He was bang in form. Paqueta, he seemed to be linking up with Paqueta now. The pieces seem to be fitting together. And like I say, that was possession-based football. It was. And it was possession-based football with purpose. It was fantastic. Leeds weren't rolling over there. We made them look shit. They're not crap. They've been a little bit more defensively resilient since Sam's come in. We just played really well. We were too good for them. We enjoyed it. That was like a load of mates out there enjoying the occasion, enjoying their football. And I tell you what, if we play anything like that in that final, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. I think we're gonna win it anyway. But it was brilliant. It was brilliant. Yeah, Garino said, I noticed that. Loved it when Big Fat Sam went ballistic, telling his players to get up for a corner. I know. It was that was funny. It was I can't think of his name now. I was thinking about Leeds, if they get relegated. Sorry if there's any Leeds players in the chat, but you always do. When teams get relegated and you stay up, you look at players that you could pick off. Which of their players would you actually take, though? Looking at Leeds, I mean, you can look at all the other teams, can't you? Even Southampton, you can look at Ward-Prowse. But I do look at the Leeds team and I think I'm not sure which of their players you'd pick off. I don't know. I mean, I can never pronounce his name. Nonto, the Italian, a little Italian up front. But yeah, that was outstanding. Again, Alexander, great win, but I can't understand why some people still want Moyes in. Yeah, mate, look, honestly, look, listen, let's talk about that at the end of the season. Let's get this season out of the way. I'm not going to get involved in that now. I've already stated my case on this. We just proved we've got an amazing team. They've got amazing players there. We played amazing football. It was a great game of football. Just enjoy it, mate. Just enjoy it. It was brilliant. Like I say, I'm going to do my level best, and this type of thing will help me to put all that stuff to bed. I'm going to leave that until the finals out of the way. What's that? Nonto. He is a great little winger. I agree. Yeah, but apart from that, there ain't really anyone else, is there? There's not really anyone else that you'd pick off. Rodrigo, the one who scored the volley. But yeah, what a way to sign off. It was our last home game of the season. They must have been tired. They must have been fatigued after that. They was in Amsterdam. They definitely would have been celebrating. That would have gone back to the hotel. What we saw in the changing rooms, their celebrations, it wouldn't have been straight back to bed. So they was playing on pure adrenaline there. They was just enjoying it. Do you know what I mean? There was no fatigue there, was there? We got better as the game went on. And Paqueta's energy levels were outstanding. He loves it when he invites players to get tight to him so he can roll them, doesn't he? But I don't know how he does it, because it ain't like he's the quickest, but he just loses players. It's like a drop of the shoulder. Reminds me a little bit of Di Canio, the way Di Canio used to play. He sort of invites players on, and he's just a very naughty man. He's a naughty man. He likes to nibble and he loves to hurt people, which I like. Not in a bad way though. Not in a bad way. He don't try and break anyone's legs. Special mention to Thomas Souček, who looked like he played on with. He looked like Charlie Magri, didn't he? He played on in the second half with what looked like a broken nose. He had a proper flat nose. So he did well. He did well. Craven said there, see how we can play when the pressure is off. Yeah, exactly. So it just goes to show you. Look, hopefully we'll be in for a bit of a treat next season, whatever happens anyway. So I'm just over the moon to be enjoying football again, and that if I was a neutral, if you're a neutral watching that, you'd have been looking at West Ham going, Jesus Christ, they're decent, aren't they? You know, and Paqueta, just a star, an absolute star. Pablo Fornal was wonderful, just brilliant. Emerson, special mention to Emerson as well. He did well when Somerville burst through on goal. You know, when it was still 2-1, they could have equalised. He did really well. He did really not, and that weren't the only thing that he did. I thought he was really, really good today. Solid. Emerson played really well. I thought Soufal looked a bit jaded. He kept on getting caught out. He kept on manhandling players, didn't he? He could have given a foul away right at the end, but he was good. He was good. But I think Emerson was the better fullback today. He was outstanding. Zuma went off injured is the only bad thing. I don't know whether that was just to rest him, because he did go down a bit funny in the first half, didn't he? So hopefully, he'll be all right. He'll be okay. I was a little bit confused by that. If you're going to rest a centre back, that's the only criticism. If you're going to rest a centre back out of Aguerd and Zuma, I don't know why you wouldn't rest Zuma, because we all know he's made of glass, don't we? But look, hopefully we've got away with one and he's not injured, because we do need him for the final. We need Zuma. You know, he's a bloody important player. But yeah, amazing. I'm rather happy. I mean, what we could do while we're at it, should we whiz through and do some player ratings? I mean, we're probably gonna do it a little bit later when we're on the booze up. But we could just go for it. I'll tell you what, we'll talk about him. Help me in the chat. What do you reckon for Fabianski today? Fabianski, for me, I thought he had a good solid game. His distribution was pretty quick today. You know, he was getting the ball out very, very quickly. I thought Kera did well when he came on as well, and he was it was a few times he was feeding the ball out really, really quickly. I'll probably give Fabianski an 8. I'll give Fabianski an 8. Emerson, probably be looking at giving him. I'd give him an 8 as well. Emerson an 8. I thought he was, like I say, he was fantastic. He was fantastic. Not normal seeing you happy, Nick. No, I know. It's I'm not used to being happy. I'd rather be happy. But with Soufal, probably Soufal was 7. I'd go Oggy and Zuma. We'll do the graphics and we'll go through it all properly again later on. But I'd go Oggy and Zuma. Probably 8s for them too. I think they were really, really solid. I'd also give Kera an 8 when he came on. I think he was tremendous. He was really good. I'd give Rice probably a 9 for today's performance and the goal. He was outstanding. Paqueta's getting a 10. He's getting a 10 for that second half performance. Just it makes you love football, doesn't it? Watching him play, he's just beautiful. He's beautiful. He gets a 10. I'm going to give Souček. I'm going to give Souček an 8. I thought he did all right. He certainly kind of he played on. You know, he's a brave player. He likes playing with a facial or a head injury, doesn't he? He seems to improve his game. Hopefully, he'll have a bandage for the final. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Fornals, I'm going to give an 8. I think Fornals was brilliant today. Maybe he deserves a 9. We'll talk about that later. Definitely a high 8. Fornals' game was outstanding today. Jared Bowen, the same. You know, probably an 8 or a 9. And Danny Ings, I'm going to give him an 8. I think that was Danny Ings' best performance for us. His link-up play was really good. He seemed to be dropping deeper. You know, he weren't really running off the shoulder. He was leaving that to Bowen and Ings and to Bowen and Fornells, who again, like I said, he looked like he had a bit of pace today, Fornells. Yeah, Ings was really, really good. He's a clever player. He's quite a cute player, Ings, isn't he? You know, he can find a pass. He's very good. But no, I think, like I say, for me, my man of the match, it's not going to be down to me. It's going to be down to you lot anyway. My man of the match would be Paqueta. No show tonight, Nick. Yes, mate, there will be a show. There will be. So we'll be online from 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that. And what we're going to be talking about, as well as this game, we're going to be talking about the news that UEFA could be set to sanction West Ham and our players for their reaction to the fan trouble in AZ. So basically, they could be looking to punish us. Whether or not that will be before the final, we'll be looking at bans or just fines. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So we're going to talk about that. It's fucking ridiculous how they can even go down that road. I've got no clue, because the stewarding in that game was just an absolute joke. If you look back at it again, it was bad enough watching it live. But if you look at the actual stewards, what they did, they was almost protecting the AZ ultras that were trying to get to our fans. And the only time the stewards showed any aggression at all was when the West Ham players and staff were trying to get in to help their loved ones that were up in the crowd up there. Other than that, the stewards weren't interested. They was almost helping. The police were non-existent. They weren't there to react. So if it weren't for those two fucking heroes that were at the top of each staircase, those two big monsters that were up there, just windmilling people out of the way, then they would have had a free pass that had gone through that had caused mayhem. So thank God for those two. Anyway, I'll give Knowlesy and the other chap, whoever it was, I don't know his name, they get a 15 out of 10. 15 out of 10. And I bloody hope that they get somehow, because that Knowlesy said he ain't got a ticket for the final. He needs to go. You know, he does need to go. He's got recognition from the players. Hopefully they can sort that out, you know, and get him in through the back door if necessary, because he does deserve his ticket. But yeah, so we will be on later on. We will be on to talk about it all. I just had to come on and just spew superlatives at you, because that was it was amazing. It was so enjoyable. It was like we was watching someone else. It was like we was watching Brazil. It was fantastic. But there will be, Apache says, will there be any donkeys tonight? No, there won't be any donkeys tonight. I'll remove the donkeys from the graphic. I don't know. Shall I leave it sitting on David Moyes' his shoulders? I'll tell you what I'll do. Before we get to the player ratings, I'll run a poll. And I'll let you lot decide. Does the donkey stay on David Moyes? Does it get removed? Look, if it was down to me, I'd leave it on him, because I'm petty. But I'll leave it up to you to decide. So I'll let you decide whether the donkey gets removed from David Moyes' head. So we shall see. We shall see later. But look, he got it completely right today. That was a wonderful game of football. It was brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed that. You know, I could watch that every week. Couldn't you? You know, it does make you wonder why we've had to wait to this point to see it. But look, it is what it is. That was yeah, just good. Really good. Fantastic. Thoroughly enjoyed that. But look, anyway, that is it from me. I'm going to let you go. It's a very short one. I won't take any calls on this one, because we'll take some calls later. So, and we're going to do it a little bit differently. So we'll let you know at the start of the show, because I get in a muddle, right? So generally what happens is I take a call, and I've turned call waiting off on my phone, but for some reason it doesn't work. So the phone calls still keep coming through when I'm on a call. And I end up missing calls. So I feel quite guilty. I get to the end of a show and I look, and there's loads of red numbers there in the list. People that I've not managed to call back. So what we're going to do is we're not going to open the phone lines. I'm going to get you to text in or WhatsApp in with your name and obviously your number. Well, I'll have your number. And then what we'll do is we'll call you back, and then we'll know how many calls that we've got to work with, and then based on that, we'll know how much time we can give each caller. So yeah, just do that for me later on. That'd be good, and I'll talk to you all later on. You can drop me a text now if you want, and we'll go first come, first serve. Like I say, we'll be on from about 8, half 8. We have a little chat about the game. We do the player ratings, and then once that's out of the way, we'll start taking phone calls from you lovely lot. All right? Okay. Well, look, that is it from me. I'm going to play the massive song again as the outro. All right? Here you heads.
Wicked, jungle is massive. Wicked, wicked. West Ham are massive. Wicked, wicked. Jungle is massive. Wicked, yo.